Hey everybody. So if you guys have been with me for a while, then you probably know this, but I'm going to take a guess that most of you don't. Those of you who've known me for a long time know that I've always struggled with health, especially with my weight. In fact, in times of my life, I've looked a little like this. And at times of my life, I've looked more like that. And if there's one thing that my current bout of illness has made me feel, it's that my nutrition is pretty crap. So I wanted to try something new and see if there was a way that I could improve it without, the expense of trying to get a personal chef or the meal from home kits that I've used before. Something that was easier, something that was more portable in a world where, we're worried about leaving the house on a day-to-day basis. Something that could just be easy and that would be shelf steady, so that I don't have to worry about it expiring, which is a big problem. When you're trying to cook for yourself, you go to the store with the best intentions, and then a week later, you throw away half of it and go back to the store to replace it. Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, all going bad, just to be thrown away and replaced a week later. I wanted to try something else. In my past, I have tried a product called Soylent. That you could probably find some videos somewhere, either on Instagram or Facebook, of a short trial that I did, about a month. I liked it, but it didn't have enough variety for me. So, looking for Soylent alternatives, I stumbled upon a new company, well, new to me, called Huel. Huel is short for human fuel. And the reason that I was so interested in this product is they actually offer one that fits my particular dietary preferences a lot better. And that's low carbohydrates, high protein, high fat. And it's really hard to find that in a meal replacement. So I ordered the starter kit, and I'm going to try this for a month. Huel recommends that you move from one meal a day to up to 3 meals a day with replacement. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be trying this up to a month, and we'll see how it goes. You can follow along with me. Just use the hashtag RobTriesHuel. That's RobTriesHuel on Instagram or Facebook, and you can follow along with the post. But I just got my Huel starter kit, so I wanted to go ahead and take a look at everything that came in with the box. As you can see, I already did open the box just to confirm that everything was going to be in there. At least the package is the food product. This is Huel. It comes in a really perfectly sized box. I was able to get this at what we call the package concierge. So the box isn't so big it has to come to your door, and it's not so small that it goes in the mailbox. So that is something to consider if you're in a certain type of building. Right now I'm staying in a building that's a little harder to get into, so limited access, if you want to call it that. And it may be something to consider if you have a problem with your Amazon packages disappearing, because this is likely to be something that ends up by your door, not in your mailbox. So immediately opening the box. So with your first order of Huel, one thing that I really love about this company is they're pushing not just a food product, but really a lifestyle. So with your first order, they do send you a shaker bottle, which is obviously branded correctly, and they recommend that their product be kept you can have it in the light and you can have it chilled, but obviously they want it in something darker container. There's a whole theory about darker beer bottles versus lighter beer bottles and how it affects the taste. I imagine that that's some of the science behind this, but it's a darker bottle, and it's supposed to be scientifically made to be perfect for mixing Huel, which only requires cold water to be made. The Huel shaker bottle. Next up, another thing I really love about Huel is, again, their lifestyle. So they have a whole online community where you can share recipes, where you can work together to try and make a healthier you, I guess. I've gone onto the forums a little bit. I've already got some great ideas for recipes. If you've tried Huel before and you are, I don't know, an expert with recipes, because that was one of the things I really didn't like about Soylent. I could add a little bit of peanut butter to it, I could add some yogurt, but after that, nothing else really mixed that well with it. So if you do have some recipes, please feel free to send them to me. But I've already gotten into the community a little bit. I think they're called Hueliacs. It's really hard to pronounce things. That's the one thing I will give you, is that like, Huel was already hard for me to pronounce, and now getting into this whole thing, I'm not sure how we pronounce everything, but correct me, I guess, and let me know how it is. But with your first order, they also send you a t-shirt, a Huel t-shirt, so that you can kind of join their community, and so you can wear it around and see who else with your Huel shaker bottle and your Huel t-shirt is part of this community. So it also comes with this this little starter guide, which I think is super interesting. Now, I mean, I did go with a 2-week pack. I also got a subscription, so they're going to be sending me 2 weeks and then 2 more weeks right on time. So I don't even have to think about it. 2 weeks is going to arrive. I believe that for the subscription cost, it was about $77 for 2 weeks. So that's going to break down to be like $150 a month. Which is about what you're going to pay for 2 weeks of groceries. It essentially makes it, if you're using it for all 3 meals a day, $1.51 per meal for the entire month. So although it seems like a big investment up front, if I do stick to it, it should obviously cut food costs as well. Now, I don't imagine that even when I would be doing it full time, that it will be 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. You're still going to want to go out. You're going to want to have dinner with friends and go, out in the world. But in times like these, I think this is the perfect kind of time to try one of these where I can't go out and have dinner. So if I'm going to be either eating something at home that's been prepared or eating this at home that's been prepared, I think it's perfect for that. And by keeping food costs down, I can focus that money on other parts of my budget. And hopefully, based on everything that I've read and everything that I've seen online, get a little healthier and get actually good food rather than maybe the junk I would have prepared for myself. So another fantastic thing, as I mentioned, was our online community. The group is called Hueligans. That's Hueligan. Hueligans. It's people who are kind of trying Huel and replacing meals with it and sharing their experiences online. So I'm excited to get and start being part of that community as well. So let's get down to it then. Your starter kit also comes with a scoop. Obviously, with all of these meal replacement plans, the serving size is everything. So you want to make sure that you're getting the appropriate amount of powder because the nutrition, the macros in the serving are obviously very important. If you're going to be, like I am, trying to replace all of your meals with this kind of product, you want to make sure that you're getting all the nutrition. Again, my goal is to try and be healthier, to get the vitamins and minerals and nutrition that I need from a product like this. If I'm not getting the appropriate serving size, well, that becomes a problem, right? And then again with the starter set, I went ahead and got two bags of the Huel powder. This is the Huel Black. Again, I went with a product that was low carbohydrates, high protein, high fat. That is the Huel Black product. They also offer one that is more normal macronutrients, the more 40, 30, 20 split. But I find that I feel better. I look more like this when I'm running low carbohydrates and high protein, high fat. So it's pretty easy to identify a black bag. It's got the Huel on it, nutritionally complete food. I imagine, yep, here we have the all the macronutrients. Black Edition vanilla flavor. This is version 1 of the black. It's got some instructions on how to mix it. I mean, it seems pretty easy, so I guess we'll have to try that out a little later. And finally, we have the second bag. Again, easy to identify, black bag, Huel, nutritionally complete food. And this is Black Edition chocolate flavor. It's got all the macronutrients. It's got the instructions on how to mix it. Huel is shelf stable for up to 12 months in an unopened package. I believe it's up to 6 months in an opened package. And you can mix it and it's good for 24 hours if you keep it under in refrigerator in the container. So I'm going to pre-mix a lot of it. One of the other things with Soylent was I mixed an entire day all at once. And I found that by the end of the day in that huge container, it was a little rough going. So I'm hoping that doing this and focusing more on the meal by meal, it'll be a little easier. and hopefully I'll have more success and actually make it all the way through the month. Hopefully I can finally kick this illness. I will feel better. I'll feel healthier. Once I am feeling better, I'm hoping to also add in a daily DDP yoga routine, which I really enjoy doing DDP yoga. It's good for someone who's already beat up like me. So go ahead and, we'll kind of keep those things separate, but they'll be happening at the same time. Make sure you check out hashtag Rob Tries Huel. That's ROBTRIESHUEL. Rob Tries Huel on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow along with us. I'll be doing longer form videos over there. So check them out. Thanks.